So this is pretty cool. We're going to talk about supermicrocomputers because this is the rumor going around the world right now. You see this right here, $210,000 for an Nvidia chip. These are the H100s. These are the chips everyone's looking for. And I saw an unboxing for them. I saw an unboxing, and it had, on the boxes, it said supermicrocomputer. And I was like, what the hell? Supermicrocomputers Technologies is the ones actually selling these chips, these G100s that are everywhere. Some of these people don't know how to price their shit. So that's why they have them all stupid. But 92,000 for an Nvidia Tesla A100, maybe that's right. Another big one, Nvidia. I mean, these are big chips that you couldn't imagine, right? Nvidia 900, A100, 58,000 or better. But you see this Chinese marker on here that says it, and it has a different company on there. These are Chinese companies that have these chips. These are they're high value chips. They're the ones that the government tells you cannot have. Right, you're not allowed to have an H100, and it's because they felt it was a violation of national security, and there's all these competing things, and now we're helping out the Chinese versus not. So these chips should not be available on eBay, but they're from China. Okay, so ask yourself: did Nvidia sell these chips to China? No. Nvidia is claiming they didn't sell them to China. They're saying that they want the investigation of these chips being sold to fall onto the companies that are actually selling them to the people. So at what point do we actually put blame onto the companies? Look at all these chips are illegal to sell, guys. All of these. All of these right here. And these are all from China, 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 China. H100s, it's illegal to sell these damn things, but they're from a Chinese company. So are you going to pay this over the internet, $30-something thousand? Well, eBay has them, and they're listed. So I was watching this video, like I said, and they were selling these chips. And people right away were up in arms, and they were like, hey, man, Supermicrocomputers is the one selling these chips to other people. I said, okay, well, Supermicrocomputers is also selling product to their brothers and sisters. Well, to their brothers, right? So the CEO of Supermicrocomputers and his two brothers, they have a triangle. They got one company, two other companies, right? They make a triangle. And they just circulate their funds to each other. And they're lying on the books as far as how much money they're making and where they're making it from. And Ernst & Young, their actual auditor, quit on them back in August after the report came out that they had these related parties. And it was actually discovered by, not Citron Research, it was Hindenburg Research. Hindenburg Research went out there and did a whole makeup and mock-up of this already. And then it got worse, right? It got worse over the next 5 months. So I've been paying attention to it like crazy, to the point where I started following money from CoreWeave into AmberCore. And you also have money coming from ARM back over through Nvidia. And then you really figure it out. You know what? If Supermicrocomputer is going to go down for fraudulent booking and numbers, which is what it looks like right now, they were looking to raise cash. They were asking for funding just last month. And they're looking for $900 million cash. And I said, why do you need $900 million cash? It just so happens to be the equivalent, the equal amount to what they've invested into their own brother's company for said products and services. So if these guys are buying the chips from Nvidia to put into their software, right, their hardware, but what if they never really had any orders? What if they're just selling them on eBay or selling them to some Chinese company who's selling them on eBay? Like, you don't know. You don't know what these guys are doing. But whatever they're doing, it's not legal. I'm just telling you, it's probably, more than likely it's not legal. It's probably fraudulent. But that company's numbers the books are cooked. I've watched them. I looked at them and I was just like, nope. From what they've reported, they have a deadline of February 25th. So get ready for that. Get ready for that. I'm ready. And because if they go down, that just might be the domino, the lead chip, because they have about 8% of all Nvidia's business I believe it's 8%. Might be more. Who knows? But Nvidia is already slacking. Nvidia is the other company that I would look at for being the most fraudulent on the market today. So, and that's because of their relationship with supermarket computers. But in addition to what Nvidia does with accounting by doing, mark-to-market accounting, they front load the number, and sure enough, they're showing you they have all these gains and they haven't received a single payment. There's no cash there. There's no real value just yet. I wouldn't see it that way. The demand that's drummed up is on their own. Like we've got all these orders. Well, yeah. Look who's doing all your supermarket computers made all these orders, right? Like the people that are actually going to win are probably going to be Google, Alphabet, and then you'll have Amazon win. That's just based off the Trump tariffs, and then you'll have Meta. I think Meta wins on this AI front. I think they're the ones who are going to outspend and beat everybody. But these guys building these data centers and having the energy to process it, that's where DeepSeek kicks in. DeepSeek was able to build an AI model with less energy and less cost, right? So even cost per kilowatt, whatever it may be, they figured out how to run an AI model with instead of $100 million worth of chips, they can do it for 4 million. Right, like a fraction of the price. So that tells you all these companies have been hoarding all these chips. They got to start selling them, and all of a sudden they show up on eBay. Now they're all for sale, right? And here's the thing about all these chips they're buying. Whether they're not the Blackwell chips just yet, the new ones that are up and coming, and we can't make enough of them. Maybe the demand for that's not up as much as you might think it is. I said at some point you just got to top out, right? Like at some point you see a 5K TV, and what the hell is for? I still have 4K, and I'm okay. Cable only comes in 1K. Like. I don't know what the demand is for these computers and these models, but maybe they're just way ahead of their time. But by the time it's necessary, by the time people need that, that model or that power, that technology, there's going to be something 10 times better. So why do I have to keep buying it in stages? Why is it that technology can double every 6 months, but I got to keep up with it? I don't. I can just sit back. You think chips are winning? You think this is like the real world? Then tell me what happened to Intel and tell me what happened to AMD. They don't fall off that much. But these companies are showing nothing what Nvidia is showing. It's not that Nvidia is head and shoulders above the rest. They're just willing to die on that hill. I'm telling you, they're willing to die on that hill because they're protected. They're protected until they're not. It'll happen. It'll happen. You don't become the 10th richest man in the world and you didn't invent anything. You stumbled into it. The 10th richest man in the world, Jensen Huang, it doesn't happen. You fumbled into it, and then they found a way to lie about it. My opinion, of course, but I mean the numbers support it until market caps can tell me. I'm going to tell you this, guys. How many companies are worth $600 billion? Companies. I know one. I work for a company that's worth, 500 billion, 450 billion, and I know a lot of companies that are worth, 500 billion or less, whatever. Could you imagine a company like that, just market cap, just gone in one day? Like the company doesn't exist anymore. Just like that's earth shattering. If a company loses $600 billion in a week and nobody cares, nobody? There's not a single person calling for the resignation of anyone at Nvidia. There's not a single person trying to get someone fired, replaced. Hell, there was no write-up. It was, hey, yeah, okay. They'll still need more chips. $600 billion. Somebody's calling. Somebody's pissed off. There's a shareholder out there in the real world calling Nvidia saying, what the is going on? Why did we lose this much money? We invested with you. We trusted you. Nobody did that? Nobody was crying? No one was on TV screaming? Oh, but $30 billion on GameStop, and it was movies being made, media's out, people are crazy, dumb money. 30 billion on GameStop, but yet 600 billion. And it was just, all right, we'll buy more of this. I don't know, I really like it. Nah. You can't you can't pull it over on me, guys. You know, and I was talking about Donald Trump swearing in the new AG, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and only one Democrat flipped his vote and voted for her,